Good morning. This is Rosalie. I want to take a few minutes and talk about change. Start with a poem today. I think I'll end with one also. Now, this was something that I wrote in 2006. Okay, change. Clear your mind of debris. Harvest the blessings of the universe. Arrange time to pray. Never stray from your faith. Gather the seeds of the ancestors' labor. Evict from your life envy, jealousy, and resentment. Change is not a game. Change is a directive. Change is a path to a new beginning. Now, I'm going to tell you why I chose change today. I have shared with you a number of times in the past that I dream. Usually I dream in kind of a full story, and this wasn't exactly a full story. But then, as I was sharing the dream, I thought about the word change. As I looked up the meaning of the symbols, and I found out the word change came to me. And I realized that change requires action. When I looked up change in the dictionary, it talked about change being transformation, a substitution, a way of making a difference, the shifting of ideas, a modification, as we put on fresh clothes. The moon changes. Planters used to plant different vegetables and grain according to the first quarter, the second quarter, the full moon, the half moon. I grew up with that. But then sometimes individuals fight internal change and external change. External change, or any change, it's not easy, because I, for one, am resistant to change. But as I share this dream with you, I hope that you can see, and it's the symbols of the dream, I hope that you will understand a little bit more about change. The dream involved two brick buildings that were connected by a bridge, an overhang, and it had a cement walkway. And under this bridge, there were two groups of young men fighting, and I was hiding behind the corner of the building. And one young man stepped out of the group, and he had a mop that I thought that he was going to use with a weapon, but somehow he threw it, and it went over the heads of everyone that was fighting in this group. I don't know where it landed. But then one of the people who were in this cluster fighting, he stepped out, and he had an infant in his hands that he just dropped. And then that made me angry, and I came out from my hiding place in attack mode in defense of that baby. And that's when I woke up. So then my task became looking up the symbols of the dream. Two buildings. Two indicated that I looked up the number 2, and it's partnership, duality. You could have an opposite, the yin, the yang. It also kind of balances things out sometimes, and it's a way of sharing. It's yourself and another. But 2 has a shadow. And on the shadow side is the potential for the 2 to collapse into 1, and the self will no longer exist. So I thought that was interesting. The battle, the fight, was a shifting, because war brings a shifting of ideas, a shifting of land, a shifting of ownership, a shifting of something. It brings about change. And it definitely is an introduction of change. And then, of course, the baby indicated new life, a new chapter in life, that's yet to unfold, new ideas that are fragile, and as they are created, they need nourishing to be expressed, and they are struggling to become real. So, as I recorded that dream and its symbols, the meaning of the symbols, the word change came, that change should be my topic for today. I hope that as I accept the dream as the universe telling me that I'm about to enter a new chapter of my life and that my creative side has a new expression it wants to develop. I hope that you may have some change because the seasons are changing. Right now, we're going through a change as we move from summer into fall. So before I go, I'd like to read a writing by William Arthur Ward. It does not have a title, but it reads as such. It says, "To laugh is to reach appearing a fool. To weep is to risk appearing sentimental. To reach out to another is to risk involvement. To expose feelings is to risk exposing your true self. To place your ideas and dreams before a crowd is to risk their loss. To love is to risk not being loved in return. To live is to risk dying. To hope is to risk despair. To try is to risk failure. But risks must be taken because the greater hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing, does nothing, has nothing, is nothing. He may avoid suffering and sorrow, but he cannot lean, feel, change, grow, or live. Chained to his servitude, he is a slave who has forfeited all freedom. Only a person who risks is free. The persistent complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change, and the realist adjusts to the sails." This is Rosalie saying until next Friday, be good to yourself and kind to someone else.